Okay, hold on, guys. Before I actually get started, I'm just gonna try and see if the settings are okay. Camera looks good. Is that all right? Okay, that should be good. Live chat's there. I don't need a. I hope I don't need an effect. Well, that'll do it. And checking. No, okay. I'm hoping that the camera and I hope that the mic is picking up all this, because I'm actually filming from my phone. So let me just go ahead and get started. So what is up, guys? This is Mr. T coming at you live from NYC. Welcome back to Convos, our podcast over here at Tim Talks. And hey, guys, welcome back to another live stream. And this one is pretty dang special because, as you guys can tell from the title, I don't know if I'm pointing at it as you're watching this, but down there in the description and down there you guys can see we made it to 100. So I don't know what else to say other than, thank you guys so much. I hope the camera quality and I hope that the audio quality is a little bit better over here. As you guys can probably tell, I'm actually filming over from my phone, and so hopefully the audio is picking it up. And so hopefully it's not muffled or anything. So let me just go ahead and adjust that real quick. Okay, there, that's better. So hopefully, camera and audio, the mic is picking it up. And so again, I just want to say thank you guys so much for 100. I know it seems like a short step of the big time, but it's actually a really important step just because of the fact that, again, you guys are throwing down your support over to me, and same thing as how I'm throwing my support over to you guys over there, regardless of where you are in the world. Doesn't matter if you're over here in the U.S. or you're down there in the Pacific Ocean. Again, it's always appreciated just to see you guys over here, and just to have your full support. The fact that wherever you came from, whether it's be for the episodes or whether it be through the shorts that I do, which again, I'm still having fun doing that. In fact, I'm making do with all the content that I'm making just because of the fact that, like I said, it is it's been a blast just making all these videos and meeting all these people, collaborating with them, getting together. And I'm gonna touch base on that in a bit, but again, thank you all so much. It's really appreciated. Um, and like I said, my tone doesn't always catch on the mic, but just know that I do care, and I do appreciate whether you're a subscriber, a viewer, doesn't matter what you are, just because of the fact that you came over here and gave me a chance. And so I'm gonna take that to heart, and I really do appreciate everything that you guys have done to help make this grow. And because I can see sometimes I go ahead and check in, I check in the creator studio. That's basically what YouTubers, what podcasters can see over on our end, and that's where we can, for example, see not only the subscribers but also see how well we're doing. And it's not that because again we're not trying to be people pleasers. It's just because of the fact that we want to put out something that makes sense. Because we know that we have an influence and we have a voice, and if we're gonna give people that, at least we can try as much as possible to be understanding of other people, right? And so whenever I go into the creator studio, I can also see, how we're doing. And then from there, I still remember that when I first started out at zero, and when I first started out, it was so unique because just to see how quickly we've grown, and it's only been a month. And I know that it seems like it's small, like I said, it's been a whole month, but again, when you grow something, you grow it slowly. And I don't want to bombard you with all the content that I have. I do have a lot in store in terms of not only the podcast, but also the shorts and also the live streams, which I'm planning to do later on. And I'm trying to decide. I think I might opt to do this on Friday, and I'll try to do it at this time, so probably like Friday and like 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the reason being is because by then on the other side of the world, people are waking up. On our end, people are intending lunch or whatever, and you guys are just having a blast, all right? And so I'm trying to opt for 2 p.m. Again, let me know how you guys feel about that. Because I know sometimes, for example, if you want to come over and if you want to, say something, if there's something that, I can touch base on, and if there's a question that you have for me about how we're going with the channel, and the podcast, and, now's the time to ask. And, just so that I can see you guys over here. And again, this is the first time I'm actually doing it live via a mobile device on an iPhone. So, it's still gonna come to me. It's still going to take some time for me to get used to, just because um I have to check the chat like down here. The icons are down here, just so you know. And then there's filters, which again I didn't expect it would be so different for the phone compared to when I did it on on the computer. So sorry, I almost had a brain fart. But really, it has been a blast reaching this milestone. A small one, but for sure not gonna be the last one. It's gonna keep going, and like I said, I have more in store. I just don't. I just wanna not only set a schedule, but I just don't want to keep spamming it and spamming the content and giving you guys bad content, something that you can't relate to. Again, I try to put some thought, regardless whether you like it or not. Again, it's totally up to you. That's what we try to do over here, right? We try to be honest. Um, and before I get into, some updates on the channel, again, you guys have been so helpful with everything. And I cannot emphasize that enough, how much you guys mean to me in terms of helping build build a community, build a family. And this is a place, again, this is a safe space where, again, no judgments, and whatever it is that you want to say, have at it. It's totally up to you guys how you feel, and it's totally up to you guys how it is what you want to say. And like I said, it is whatever, right? I'm not gonna be someone who's too beat up over something of an opinion, right? It doesn't matter to me, because this is a place where you guys get to shine, and this is where you guys, again, a safe space for everyone. And again, regardless of wherever you came from and how you met me, how you saw me for the first time, again, it doesn't matter, because like I said, I'm here for you, as much as hopefully later on you come over here and you get to ask me things, right? And so, just some updates as to how the channel is gonna go and what I'm doing. So again, if you guys probably had already seen, so again, Tuesday and Friday is when I will primarily, send over the podcast. That's where I'm gonna post the episodes. That will be at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So just search up on Google like what time is 5 p.m. New York on your end, right? And then from there, that's when you can expect the podcast, right? And I try as much as possible. Again, I will also let you guys know if anything about the schedule and about when I do the posts. So basically, on Tuesday, that's where I do my own session. That's where I give my own opinion. But then also on Friday, I also share my opinion, but I also have the guests online. All right. So that's basically the gist. And so I'm gonna try and stick with that. And reason why is because I know Friday, that's where things get fun. I mean, the weekend's just rolling along, and it's coming. And the fact that now it's time when people get to chill and people get to just chill out, right? Seriously, just to relax from the week's work that you had to do, right? And that's where I think it's most fun to have guests over. And speaking of guests, I also have some international guests coming online. Not just from Saipan, but also from different areas of the world. Actually, tomorrow I'm gonna do a shoot with a friend of mine from India. His name is Lalit, and like Lalit. And so shout out to my friend over there in India, and also to my viewers over there in India. It's gonna be very unique because like I said, I've never really gotten to actually meet someone from there, let alone talk to them, and let alone see the country. But I just know that it's gonna be awesome because he's also a podcaster, and podcasters got to stick together. And the fact that he decided to come on, despite the fact that we're 9 hours apart from each other, he's gonna come on at 11:30. I'm gonna come on at 2 p.m. So yeah, just there's a big gap and there's a big difference. And so with that being said, I just want to honor his time as well he honors mine. And so again, I'm having more international guests come on from all over the world, and the fact that they agreed to be on, it's awesome. I know if you guys are not familiar with how podcasting is, the fact that you get to have people from different areas, from different walks of life, let alone different nations, heck, I'll take that seriously. Because I want to get other people's input and to know how the culture is. I do respect diversity, just to let you guys know. And when I bring over guests, I do respect them not only for their time, but also for who they are, right? And that's usually how it should be for everyone in the world. You respect people for who they are, and yeah, people have their own opinions, some good, some shitty, but again, it doesn't really matter there, right? Because it's up to us what do we want to believe. And that's something that I hope to get down when I that I hope to get down to when I bring other people onto Convos is that I get to hear other people's input, not just my own, right? It's not only necessary that I talk on my own because my opinions might differ from other people. And if I can get other people on and, share what it is that they have, um, not, oh, sorry, what am I saying? If they get to share what they have as well as I get to share what I have, um, I'll take that seriously. And that's how we improve as podcasters, and that's how we improve, and that's how we reach out to you guys. And same thing as, like I said, I don't plan my scripts. Like, I stutter, I say a lot, and you guys can probably hear that. Sometimes I pause because, with going down and getting down to podcasting, it's just literally about saying the opinion, right? Much as how I'm also having other people onto the show and they get to share their opinion, and I'm not gonna diss them because they speak improperly or whatever. Screw that. No, it's literally just down to, right, being respectful, being kind, being generous, being loving, being caring, and it's all of that. And so those are the two major updates that I have. So again, Tuesdays, my independent podcast. On Friday, I collaborated with someone and I have that ready. And then also on Friday, again, I'm opting for 2 p.m. the live stream. I know this might not be the ideal time, but again, with building this community, again, your input is very much appreciated. And so, if you guys have any suggestion, again, let me know and I'll see what I can do. All right, on my end, it's not that I'm limited on resources. In fact, I do have a ton of resources for how I want to improve, but it's just more so that I also need to hear on your guys' end, how we can improve all of this together. Right. So again, let me know if anything. All right. So, and what was I gonna say? Oh, also, again, the other comment that I have is I will bring more international guests, right? So again, representatives from different nations all over the world, and the fact that they came on, again, it's awesome because I can't wait. I literally cannot wait to have them on. I can't wait to hear from them and see them and to know other people's opinions, regardless of how they say it or not. Because I don't diss other people for the way that they speak, the way they act, the way they think. Again, it's a community, right? We're trying to build that up. So that's all I have in terms of the updates of the channel. Now let me just go ahead and check on something real quick, okay? Just because, um, there we go. All right. So just some updates on the new gen. So, I know this was supposed to be like a congratulatory type of live stream as well, but again, this is my chance as well to share what I've seen out there in the world, and just to see what's going on with the new gen and what's been happening at this time. So just to let you guys know, there's been a lot of construction over here in New York with the roads. I think they're trying to replace the network, the electrical grid over here. I just know that it was hard to find parking. In terms of when I was riding a taxi over here, an Uber back home, and so, that was just something I wanted to share because that was happening, and also, with regards to the new gen, like I said, I wanted to touch base on that just to let you guys just to know how you guys are doing. And again, it doesn't matter whether or not, for example, that you were gonna come on later on, or if you're live right now. Again, if you're live, then let me know that you're here, and so I can take a look and just greet you, say hi, get your input on everything. And I just want to get you guys up to wraps with regards to the news over here. um like I said, I like to stay on top of things, especially when it comes down to, what's been happening in the world, what's been happening in the nation, and I just wanted to um, keep on touch with that, right? I saw over here that there was. Let me just read over the news real quick. Again, might get a little boring, but again, let me know if you guys have another comment because I'm just gonna read over what's been going on over here. So it says here that there are two missing men over down in Florida. Again, my prayers to you guys over in Florida. I know it's been that right there is what you expect in New York. You hear the beeps, right? So, again, my prayers to those who are in Florida. Again, please be safe over there. I know that Florida can be a very active state, and if any of you guys are over there in Florida, again, please be careful, because I know there's just so much happening down there. Politicians, crime, and I don't know why it's got to be Florida. Like, I know that it's a very active state, but the fact that all that is happening, and there's innocent people out there, and it doesn't have to get political. It's not even a debate. It's just the safety, and security of everyone. So again, if you're ever there in Florida, please be careful, because I know that things are happening, and not everything is as it seems over there. There's just so much happening underneath the surface, right? So again, please be careful with what's been going on over there. I also saw over here what's been happening in the war in Ukraine. And actually, I got a comment about that, asking about what side I'm on in terms of the whole debacle. Because honestly, this war is literally a failure. A war is a failure. Neither side will win, because either way, people are dying, seriously, and people are dying, and people are getting hurt, and people are getting killed, and with those kind of things, it's very difficult. It's very difficult to say that there is a victor in all of that, right? Because in reality, when nations approach that point, war, and that there's no going back for it, it's a matter of like, who is the victim there, right? Neither side. If you're Russian or Ukrainian, literally, just the fact that a battle's going down, and it's not even your battle, right? It's something else entirely, right? And again, that's why I'm saying here that I'm in the middle in regards to what's been happening, and seriously, all I can hope is that the fighting ends, and that with whatever is happening in Ukraine, like I'm seeing over here, is how both sides are just trying to get past each other, but that only results in more casualties. And again, we don't need more lives lost because of something as stupid as a war, right? There's no purpose to justify it apart from keeping the peace, but as you can see, this is not really about peace at this moment, right? And again, I know that it's hard really to say that neither side is doing their part or whatever, or that neither side is really um contributing, and neither side is the good guy. um and it sounds as though I'm not saying one of them is good, one of them is bad, but truth be told, that's really how war is, right? Neither side can really say who's good and what's bad, right? And the fact that it's been happening, it sucks. It really does. And I just hope that this hostilities end, and if we got out of World War II, we can get out of this one, right? We have to move past it, right? And we know that wars aren't waged by groups of people. It can even be just one person, right? One person, even a leader, can spark a war, right? So again, to both sides in this, again, please be careful, please be safe, and just remember that war is never the solution. Literally, it's literally a last ditch effort to try and find one. But in reality, there could have been so many ways that it could have been resolved, but this was not one of them. It's really dangerous, and so I hope that whoever is involved in war, whether you be a civilian or one of a soldier, again, you are making sacrifices, tolerating all of this, right? Again, this is not your war. This was waged by someone else, right? From what I can see, it's waged by, I think, one person, right? And you already know who I'm talking about. Okay, so again, please be careful over there, right? Also, politics over here. What the heck is going on? Like, when things get really political, there's something that I notice. The new gen is caught in the crossfire. Like, if you literally look, you can see the new gen caught in between. You got things like politics, religion, and all those things, right? When they should have been separate from each other. The problem is that I tend to see them kind of mix. You know, whenever I hear something that should be like a basic issue, for example, like money, some reason there's always politics and religion involved. When I hear something about the abortion case, there's always religion involved. And again, I'm not trying to give a stance on anything about that. It's just kind of weird how they should have been separate, but then they're working hand in hand together, trying to change policy. And again, that should not be the case. Literally, when you put those two together in any situation, again, complete and utter BS, because it's going to impact the situation, and it's going to look more one-sided, and it's not going to look objective, right? This thing where I'm trying to promote over here at Convos is that, whenever there's an opinion being stated, right? Again, I have my own opinion, and that's completely fine, as well as other people's opinions are completely fine. I have nothing wrong against that, and I am not gonna diss those. But it's just a matter of, there are times really when it's not even an opinion anymore, it's just a fact, right? And so what I try to promote over here is especially when I touch base on a very, very particular situation. Again, for example, later on I will touch base on politics. Later on I'll touch base on religion. The reason why is because they are impacting the new gen. It's been happening, and again, I don't know how to emphasize how bad it's been, but the fact that it has been happening and it still continues to happen, and the fact that it's impacting myself and other people involved, yeah, I ain't gonna tolerate that. Heck no, right? So, again, you know, I was seeing here with the situation over here in the U.S. and the fact that it's mainly politics and religion that are causing whatever is happening out there in the nation, right? And that's usually how it is, right? Again, guys, if ever, and like I said, we're the new gen, right? Anyone who's the new gen out there, or not even the new gen, even just an older generation, right? Think about it, for example, where think about take out the religion and take out the politics and talk for yourself, right? In politics, someone else is speaking for you. In religion, someone else is speaking to you, and you are expected to listen, so to speak. Not really expected, so to say, but rather you were shared and you were guided on what seems to be right, right? Those kind of things. Take out the politics, take out the religion from your mind, and who are you as a person, right? What's your own stance on things, right? And try as much as possible to not put in politics, try not to put in religion, right? And what are you left with, right? Your own yourself, right? If you don't have an opinion on something without the influence of politics, without the influence of religion, right? That says a lot, because who are you then, right? Everything that comes through in life, everything about life as you work your way up, it's all about reaffirming who you are as a person, right? No one else can say that for you, and no one else can dictate that to you, right? Yes, you might follow a politician, and yes, you might follow a certain religion, right? But again, it's up to you to decide what principles you want to be bound by, right? It's your own opinion, right? And the fact that people are falling prey to those kind of things just because this person has a bigger voice, this person has more influence and more power, right? What's the point in all that, right? What's the point in being you if someone else is gonna dictate who you are, right? Just think about that. What for are you here if someone else is gonna dictate on you, show you, guide you on who you quote unquote should be, right? So that's what I notice here is that people, whenever there's a situation, they tend to bring up political parties. Or, for example, they have their own religious ideas or whatever, right? And yes, I'm familiar with different religions as well as I'm also familiar with different sides of the political spectrum. That's why I know where people come from and how people might act in the process. But the fact is that everything could be more simple if we literally just talk it out and take away, the arguments, take away, what it is that's making it so difficult, right? Take away everything that can make something as difficult. For example, let's say you're talking about, like I said, about money. Get away from politics, get away from religion. If you're talking about a birthday party, don't get political about that. Don't get overtly religious about it. It's a party, right? It's a celebration of someone's birthday, right? Again, it's so weird that now policy is being dictated like that, and again, it sucks. It sucks because, and I'm not trying to downplay what the whole purpose of the live stream is. It's just more so something that I've been reading here because I wanted to touch base on the news, and that's literally what I'm trying to go for here. Is that not only the title is not just everything, right? All in all, it's about you guys heading over here and also me answering your questions, right? But it's just like another episode, right? Except unedited and with different outcomes, right? Because it really depends on what I'm going to think and what I'm going to say, right? But again, with the new gen, again, don't fall prey to those kind of things, right? You can believe your own politician. You can have them for all you want. And, with regards to religion, again, you believe what you want to believe, right? But again, by and large, when it comes down to making decisions, right? Yes, you listen to both. But check, for example, if you take away those two, are you thinking for yourself? You know, are you thinking about who you are? Are you thinking about what it is that you want to do and what no one else can say otherwise? Right? Yes, it's good to hear those things, but it's better to listen, right? And yes, it seems okay to be a part of the majority party. And yes, you think it might be fine to be part of the bigger religions or whatever, right? But then by and large, right, we're looked at based on who we are individually, right? Not because a religion told us otherwise, not because a politician said to do something, right? It's up to us. It's up to us as the new gen. It's up to us as a people, just to be able to, be who we want to be, right? Kind of like how I got into podcasting because no one told me otherwise. I just wanted to do it, and here I am. And here I am making stuff that, other people not only get to have a laugh at, but, just to realize that, yeah, this happened to this person and this can happen to other people, right? And this can apply to different situations, whether they be good or bad, and it really does happen. And I feel bad that with our gen, you know there's still a lot of good things in life, but other people are saying so otherwise, right? And other people think that they can dictate on us just because they think they know more. Well, they don't. Seriously, like, they have no reason to. I remember doing this in my Tim Talks blog. I said there that, what was it? If you think your parents know everything, you ask grandma and grandpa. And you're probably wondering what the heck you mean by that. Seriously, if your parents think that they know everything and they're dictating on you other things, if grandma and grandpa are still alive, call them and ask them that question. Guarantee you, I guarantee you that your parents are still the children. Doesn't matter. Seriously, it doesn't matter how old your parents are. As long as your grandparents are still alive, they're still gonna be a child. By and large, it does happen, right? I know I've been digressing and I know I've been going around with regards to the live stream. But again, going back to what I want to state in the very beginning and what I want to emphasize throughout the live stream is, thank you guys for everything. Thank you guys as well, not only for your support, but for your love and attention. And, um, like I said, how we go about the channel and how we come to grow is going to be down to us. How are we gonna grow as a people, and how are we gonna grow, not only as a nation but as a community, right? And again, I know that I won't always be out there in front of you face to face, but that's why I hope that when, I'm gonna change the banner and I'm gonna put there when the live streams are gonna be officially happening. Again, it's gonna be 2 p.m. Regardless if people come or not at this time, again, it doesn't matter because people have different schedules. But the fact is that, again, all your help and support, it's gonna be much appreciated. Seriously. And I cannot emphasize enough how meaningful and heartwarming it is just to see how far we've come as a community, right? Despite, we reached 100, and despite everything we've been through, with the pandemic, with the religion, with the politics that's been happening in the world, and all that BS that's been happening, again, reason why I can still do what I do is because I'm not gonna let that affect me. Like, seriously, if we're literally bound to a politician or a religion or whatever, right? Don't forget that we still have our own lives, right? Don't forget as well that we still have our own beliefs, right? And so hold on to that, right? Hold on to that because you'll see that it'll get you far, and it'll lead you to other things that you might want to do, like a different hobby, like this. But also a different passion, just something. Get away from the things that don't really matter in the world, right? Get away and not that politics and religion do not matter, but it's more so get away from the things that in your circumstance, right, you should not be focused on at that time. Your focus is to literally live. It's literally to live. And I cannot stress out how important that is. I cannot stress out how important it is that, you be who you are, you be where you want to be, you be how um you should, and no one else can say otherwise. And just know that by and large, like I said, I got your back. Always. Right? I got your back always, and I'm always going to be there. Whether it be, like I said, it can be in a comment, it can be a DM, it can be a PM, it can be even be through the live chat. Shoot me an email if you want. And I don't know how much to emphasize that there's gonna be help there, and I'm gonna be the one to help you if you need help, right? So I have no other words. I'll try and keep the live streams for as much, like maybe 30 minutes, or as much as possible, maybe an hour. It really depends on what happens throughout it, right? If someone has a question, someone has a comment or a concern, again, feel free to let me know. And also, I found this really cool green screen effect where it's like a subscribe. Again, I try not to say that, because like I said, it's up to you at the end of the episode, or at the end of it all. It's up to you to decide about that, right? But again, every little bit helps, and every little bit helps to grow the channel as a whole, right? So again, thank you guys so much for 100. I know we're at 105, and I wish I could have gotten down to this sooner, as soon as we reach 100. The gist of it is that we're all busy. We're all busy, and I also have my life to move on with, right? But make no mistake, this ain't the end, it's only the beginning. And I do hope that other people get to come on to this journey with me. And I do hope that you guys, if you guys want, not only as a subscriber, but also as a viewer, if you guys have any questions for me, if you want to come on and ask me something, shoot, just let me know. And I'll see what I can do, okay? So again, thank you guys so much for tuning into this live stream. Again, I know I can see the counter here. So many people will probably watch this by the time they get home. I don't know. It really depends, right? So again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you guys so much for 100. Thank you guys so much for everything. Thank you guys so much for listening to me ramble. And, let me know if anything and what I could do to help, right? So I ain't stopping this. I made that promise not to stop, and I'll hope to keep going and improve, and just be the person that can be there for other people. All right. So again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Again, please like, share, sub. Much love, everyone. I will see you all at the next episode, at the next live stream, or at the next short. Doesn't matter. This is Mr. T, and to you guys, I love you guys. This is me signing off. Right. Peace. Now you can see it.